All right, guys, we got Bitcoin still holding out at 27,500. Not too shabby. Holding that pump. You got still got Ethereum over 1,600. You got XRP pumping today. I don't know what's going on with XRP, but hey, look, more power to XRP. It looks like there's still, I mean, ever since this SEC judgment, XRP's been holding on. I might have to change my tune on XRP. I think we could probably see a $5 XRP, definitely a $3 to $5 XRP in a bull market. But overall, I still don't trust it. Cardano is still over 25 cents, like it's been for the last year. Any other major pumpers? AVAX up 6%. That's pretty much it. Hey, let's go see what Bitcoin Cash is doing today. We got Litecoin at $64. That's what Litecoin's been for the last few months. I can never find Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin Cash down 2%, still up to 229. Not too shabby. All right, let's see what's going on today. Let's start with Bitboy. We got to start with Bitboy. Not too much. The one thing I want to point out with Bitboy, it's something I've been pointing out for a while. The big thing is Bitboy, Ben Armstrong versus Discovery Crypto. Who's going to win? I've been saying for the last month, ever since this little controversy happened, Ben Armstrong is going to clobber Discovery Crypto. There's no question about it. Well, let's just look at a video, the major video yesterday from Discovery Crypto, 4.5 thousand views. And then you have Ben Armstrong over here, and his video, 25,000 views. So I just want, and then he has another one right here. 46. I mean, the amount of views that Ben Armstrong is getting is absolutely like off the charts. Like he's essentially, and remember, he's a one-man show. So he keeps all that money. He keeps all that revenue coming in. Whereas Discovery Crypto, on the other hand, they kind of remind me of like, Michael Jackson. Look at the Michael Jackson story. Not the Michael Jackson story. What the hell am I talking about? MC Hammer, the true Hollywood story for MC Hammer, where he got a business. When he built up his music business, he lost all his money by just hiring way too many people, and he just like squandered it all. This is kind of, you have to remember, so Discovery Crypto probably has like 20 employees. I think they said it, like 20 or 30 employees. So all that little bit of money, like they're getting 4.5 thousand views and whatever sponsorships they have, right now they're definitely in the hole. And all the sponsorships they have right now are kind of like, why are we on Discovery Crypto? We should be going to Ben. He's the initial guy we even hooked up to begin with. Why are we wasting all our money on Discovery Crypto? 4.5 thousand views versus 30,000 views. So like I said, I think they're going to be firing half their staff. I think it's done. I mean, 4.5 thousand views is nothing to like shit on. I mean, I wish I could get even 1,000 views. I wish I could get 500 views, but I have 600 subscribers, and it's just me in my basement. like it costs me nothing, and this isn't even my job. So like, you can't have 1.5 million subscribers and a staff of 40 and survive off getting 4,000 views. It's not going to happen. So Ben Armstrong, like I said, even though it hasn't been like officially announced yet, he basically has destroyed Discovery Crypto. So let's see what Ben Armstrong is talking about on Twitter. Blah blah blah. Anything interesting here? He did make one interesting post. If I can find it, he's doing a little political talk on the whole McCarthy thing. I don't care about that. Sam Bankman-Fried gets a haircut. God, the Sam Bankman-Fried, he really does look like the devil. He really is a devilish character. We're going to talk a little bit about that. A little bit of psychology behind Sam Bankman-Fried and how he turned out to be such a jackwad. Here's from Ben. Here's a little bit of drama. When someone unauthorized attempts to enter your personal insurance account after you change the email address because they want to see if you sold a personal vehicle. So this is basically him saying TJ and the Hit Network people, the Discovery people, are like basically trying to hack into his emails and insurance to see how much money he's making selling his shit. So it seems like they're pretty desperate over there at Discovery. Ben Armstrong's been pumping the hell of Solana. This might be another reason why, like, I never liked Solana. I'm not denying it's not going to be a big pumper, but now you got Ben Armstrong behind Solana. I think I'm definitely going to be keeping away from Solana and stick with Cardano. People will always remember the tarring and feathering of an innocent man. Well, you're not that innocent. I love crypto. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he's been shilling the shit out of Solana. What is this? Altcoin Daily. If you're a smaller account, less than 10,000 subscribers, I can blow up your following with one retweet. Is this like Altcoin Daily, like asking for money? I don't know. I don't know if he's asking for money to reach. Who knows what's going on here? Anyway, so nothing good. And then you got Ben Armstrong doing his show every day. It looks like it's these three. I have no idea. They look familiar, but I don't know who they are. Crypto Blood, I think this guy's name. I think this other guy is one of the original guys that Ben Armstrong did a video about. And like I said, slowly but surely, as Discovery Crypto dwindles, you're going to see people jumping ship from Discovery Crypto going on over to Ben's channel. I think the next person you're going to see go over to Ben is Frankie Candles. I feel like Frankie Candles can't go over yet because it just looks too weird, but I think it's going to happen eventually. Another thing with Ben is I think this is like the ultimate test. You know, I'm a big lover of Donald Trump. I think he's great. I think he's great for America. And Donald Trump is really big on loyalty. And he's like, the best thing ever about me having to file for bankruptcy, you know, back in the late 90s with his casinos or his real estate business. And he said also one of the great things about me getting impeached is you just learn who your friends are. You know, a lot of people you think are your best friend, they're always kissing your ass. And this happens to a lot of people with money and power. They have a lot of people kissing their ass, but as soon as like the shit hits the fan, those friends leave them because they weren't real friends. They were just latchers on. They were kind of like Hunter Biden types. So I think Ben Armstrong now realizes that, hey, he worked with 30 or 40 people at Discovery Crypto or Bitboy Crypto. And his best friend, TJ, he thought this guy was his best friend. He turned out to be the one guy who stabbed him in his back. But these two guys, they saw the writing on the wall, they saw loyalty, and they led Ben. So if Ben does really, really well, these guys are going to benefit because these guys proved their loyalty. Oh, he's even wearing a shirt, loyalty. Like, guys, like, especially if you're a dude, like a man, like the most important thing is loyalty. You have to be loyal to people who are loyal to you. I even tell, like, you know, my kids stuff like this. Like, my kids will, like, get invited to a birthday party from somebody that they don't even like all that much. Like, a kid's birthday party. You're like, oh, this person, why doesn't have a lot of friends? I don't want to go to this birthday party. And I said, look, if somebody invites you to a birthday party, you go to their birthday party. You stick it out for an hour and you do it. And then you invite them to your birthday party, too, because that is what you should do. And you make a loyal friend out of that. They know they can count on you. You can count on them. So a lot of these people with Discovery just turned out to be backstabbers. And now Ben Armstrong knows who he can trust. So I think Ben Armstrong is going to be stronger than ever. I mean, these views are absolutely insane. He's getting 86,000 views on a video that's only been up for 8 days. Like, I mean, I don't know. The amount of revenue he must have coming in right now off these views, he's probably back to like $100,000 a month. And once he gets sponsorships, like I said, Discovery Crypto, bye. I guess the TJ, Carlos, you guys fucked up real bad. And now it's over. Now, will Ben Armstrong squander it, get back on crack, get arrested for something stupid? Yeah, the whole thing could go to zero. I'm just saying in general, as of right now, Ben Armstrong, he's the talent, and he's absolutely killing it. He's killing Discovery. Nobody's watching them. Nobody's watching them. All right, what else do we want to talk about here? You know, everybody's talking about Sam Bankman-Fried right now. I want to talk a little bit about Sam Bankman-Fried. So, as police arrived at Sam Bankman-Fried's house before he got arrested, his mom was texting him, insisting that he wear a long pants to get arrested instead of his usual cargo pants. Sam Bankman-Fried was arguing with his mom over text from a bathroom when police arrived to arrest him, per Michael Lewis. I guess Michael Lewis is some guy who's like writing a book about him. The police initially asked FTX in-house psychiatrist if he was Bankman-Fried. While Sam Bankman-Fried's mom wanted him to wear long pants to jail, he insisted on staying in cargo pants. So I find like human psychiatry kind of fascinating, just like the mind of a sociopath. And here is, I guess this might be the psychiatrist, or he just might be some guy writing a book on Sam Bankman-Fried. But he goes into how when Sam Bankman-Fried was little, a kid, he had like no human emotions whatsoever. Like he had to learn how to smile. He had to learn how to interact with people because he was just a cold guy, like a serial killer.
First to admit that he figured out from a very young age that he wasn't born with a normal complement of human feelings.
Yeah.
Like empathy, just didn't have it. He didn't the oddest thing he couldn't do was make facial expressions. So he realized, at some point in childhood that people weren't relating to him because when you said something that was supposed to be funny, you didn't pretend to laugh, and so he had to learn how to pretend to laugh. He, in front of a mirror, taught himself facial expressions.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is kind of decoding the way people are so he can fit in. And you see him in the story, like getting better and better at projecting as a normal person when the mechanisms behind it are not normal at all.
On the 60 Minutes...
Anyway, so absolutely fascinated about Sam Bankman-Fried. He had zero empathy, zero emotion, didn't care about anybody by himself. And that's how a guy like Sam Bankman-Fried gets into the situation that he gets into, because he could have cared less if, he took $1 billion out of an account, even though that $1 billion might belong to some school or some charity group. Because what does he care if he loses it or not? There's no empathy. He doesn't care. He's the kind of guy who could beat you to a pulp, shoot you in the head, and have zero empathy. He's almost like a Terminator. It kind of reminds me of like a Terminator, like the Sam Bankman-Fried Terminator. This guy, the only thing that kept him from murdering, raping, and pillaging was just he didn't want to go to jail. But he couldn't even smile as a kid. He had to learn. He has zero human emotion. And you combine that with him growing up liberal and rich, they create a monster. So after hearing this story, it's no surprise to me that he turned out the way he did and that he had no problems just stealing everybody's money. If you have no emotions and no empathy, hey, why do you care if you steal somebody's money? And here's another article where he says, Sam Bankman-Fried apparently told Caroline Ellison that in a lot of ways I don't really even have a soul. Like, he even realizes this. He realizes he is just a dangerous man. Dating FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was apparently hellacious as revelations from a new biography released as his fraud trial begins to illustrate. Penned by the Big Short author Michael Lewis. Okay, so that guy Michael Lewis wrote The Big Short. The newly released Sam Bankman-Fried biography, Going Infinite, includes intimate details about the disgraced crypto prince's life, including that he once sent a list of pros and cons of dating him to his on-again, off-again girlfriend Caroline Ellison, who headed up FTX's sister firm Alameda Research. In a lot of ways, I don't really have a soul, Bankman-Fried told Ellison in the note. Said in 2018, there's a pretty decent argument that my empathy is fake, my feelings are fake, my facial reactions are fake. I don't feel happiness. What is the point in dating someone who you physically can't make happy? I think a lot of guys can relate to that one. The list of cons didn't end there. Either Sam Bankman-Fried told his sometimes girlfriend in response to her own note about how the feelings she was developing while they casually slept together were consuming her thoughts. I don't blame her. So this just goes to show you're dealing with a 100% Terminator sociopath. A lot of people think now he might actually get 100 years. Everybody surrounding Sam Bankman-Fried has gotten like some sweetheart deal, or at least kind of a deal. And the prosecutors, the federal prosecutors, aren't even offering Sam Bankman-Fried anything. Like, they're not even offering any deal whatsoever. So he might get 50 to 100 years. I mean, this is like really serious stuff. So we'll see what happens. They're doing the jurors today, and we'll see where it goes. I want to close off on this. A lot of people, I'd say like 90% of the people I've been talking to on crypto over the last, couple years, they're always like, well, I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm holding it forever. I'm holding my Cardano forever. Oh, I'm never selling it. Of course, all those people, they sell it. It goes up 50x. Then we go into a bear market. It drops 95%. And then they're kind of like, well, it'll come back. Just look in 10 years, 20 years, I'm going to retire. And these people aren't taking any profits. They're just like, I'm buying Bitcoin. I was talking to my uncle about this not too long ago. He's like, I'm just buying Bitcoin every chance I get. And in 20 years, I'm cashing out. And I'm saying to myself, do you realize, like, they've already found multiple bugs in the Bitcoin code. We have quantum computers that are probably just 5 years from actually being by the government actually having quantum computers, Google having quantum computers, Lockheed Martin having them, which can absolutely hack the Bitcoin blockchain. So here's an article I found. Bitcoin Rare, 184 billion Bitcoin bug recounted. How Satoshi fixed the issue. So this was a major bug like 5 or 8 years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, that actually almost killed Bitcoin. I want to read a little bit of it. This was obviously at the time Satoshi was still around in August 2010, so it was 10 years ago. Oh, 14, has Bitcoin been around that long? So 14 years ago. Bitcoin's, what the hell is that word? I'm guessing that word is pseudomonous. Founder Satoshi Nakamoto walked away from the community in December 2010, according to recorded history. 13 years ago, someone exploited a bug to create 184 million Bitcoin. The blockchain, or maybe that's even billion, I don't even know. It's either million or billion. The blockchain was forked by Satoshi within 5 hours, and the transactions, along with all the other ones in between the fork, were thrown out. They never found the guy that did the hack, so this guy's still running around out there. Grogan recounts that over 13 years ago, someone exploited a bug to create 184,000 or $1 billion Bitcoin or million Bitcoin experience, a value flow incident that the Bitcoin blockchain 74,000 mined on August 15, 2010. The above-named blockchain was responsible for the value overflow incident, otherwise known as the 184 million Bitcoin bug incident, which resulted in the creation of $184 billion Bitcoin. This was possible because the code used for checking transactions before, including them in a block, did not account for the case of such large outputs. Anyway, so now we're getting to like the nitty gritty of it, which I'm too dumb to even understand. But here's what I do understand. Bitcoin is not 100% secure. It's been hacked before. There could be hackers out right now who know exactly how to hack the blockchain, and they're saying to themselves, we're going to hack it, but we're going to wait till it hits $100,000. Or we're going to wait till it hits $200,000. Or they're waiting to do like a coordinated attack. My point is, if you're in crypto, you got to be taking profits. The way I look at crypto is cycle by cycle. Yes. Do I have crypto in one of my old hardware wallets that'll probably just end up sitting there forever? Maybe a couple $1,000s in crypto. And maybe if crypto is still around in 50 years, it'll be millions of dollars. Who freaking knows? But my point is, this shit can be hacked anytime. Bitcoin's not like buying gold, where nobody can really take your gold if you have it in the safe, or if you have like a gold mining stock, you're backed up by the federal government. One bad hack on Bitcoin, Cardano, Litecoin, you pick your coin, none of them are safe. One bad hack brings you to zero. So that's why I always tell people, like, these people just like buying Bitcoin, like even Michael, let's be honest, Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, he's taking a big fucking risk. And the minute Bitcoin hits $100,000, he's selling half his Bitcoin. I don't care what he says right now. I'll make a bet right now, mark this video. When Bitcoin hits $100,000, you're going to see he cashed out half of his Bitcoin, and he's going to cash out like with $1 trillion or whatever it is. He'll keep the rest in there, but you got to be cashing out of this stuff because at any moment, it could be tomorrow. And it wouldn't surprise me. If they come out tomorrow and I look at everything and Bitcoin's at zero because it got hacked, I wouldn't even be the slightest bit, even a little bit surprised. So, what's the point of this? Don't be one of these moon boys. Don't be one of these people that think Bitcoin's going to change the world because it's really not. Don't be one of these people that think you can be 25 years old right now and put $10,000 into Bitcoin and that's going to be worth $1 billion in 30 years. It could. It absolutely could. But there's also a big chance we get hacked, it gets shut down. The miners, the one thing that keeps Bitcoin secure is all the miners. The miners move on to something else. Some big climate thing happens where like the government really comes after people mining Bitcoin and the security basically goes to hell because there's less people mining it and it goes to zero because it gets hacked. Anything can happen. So I'm not one of these like big believers in crypto other than I see it as a way to make money. And I think those people in the end up doing the best. Yes, it's true. If you've held Bitcoin for the last 14 years, you're worth a lot of money and you're doing really, really well. But a lot of those people have also taken major profits too. It's okay. I mean, you want to sell half your crypto, but you got to be selling your crypto in these bull markets. You can't just be thinking like, oh, 20 years, it's going to be great. I mean, what kind of life is that anyway? Like, oh, in 20 years, like the world could be over in 5 years. You got to and that's the beauty of crypto. It goes in 4-year cycles. And we're coming in to the bull run. We're less than a year away from the bull market. So anyway, that's my thought on that. Just remember, crypto can go to zero at any time. Bitcoin can be hacked at any time. I don't care what coin you have. It can be hacked, Cardano, Theta, anything. So make sure you take your profits, because I hate when people start talking about how secure the Bitcoin blockchain is. It is not fucking secure. Like, you don't think there's some genius out there who's going to figure out how to hack it? Or some computer that some guy's working on in his basement right now that he's building some supercomputer in his basement, and he's going to fucking just hack it? I mean, it's going to happen. Let's be honest. It's going to happen. Let's pull our heads out of our asses. It's going to happen. All right, let's see where Bitcoin is right now. 27,557 as the stock market's kind of down today. So nothing we can complain about here. Yeah, really not much to talk about. Everything's going well. We're going to be back to $30,000 before you know it, and then by this time next year, it's going to be full-blown bull market. I mean, this time next year, we'll probably be talking about taking profits. I mean, honestly, I'll be talking about, okay, I'm going to be taking profits on Cardano, or I'm selling half my Cardano now. Okay, I'm going to sell half my Litecoin, and we'll see where it goes from here. That's going to be some fun videos, and those videos are right around the corner. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.